They strapped him down. They injected the poison. The monitors beeped. He was supposed to die, but he didn't. Not once. Not twice. One man survived a firing squad. Another lived through a hanging. These aren't movie plots. These are real people. And what happened next defied everything we thought we knew about death from a government-sanctioned execution. In the justice system, an execution means one thing. It's over. Lethal injection. The electric chair. A bullet. It's supposed to be final. But what if the execution system fails? What if death doesn't show up during an inmate's execution? Today, you're going to hear stories that are as terrifying as they are true. Men who were sentenced to die, but fate, or maybe something else, had other plans. In Ohio, 2009, Romell Broom sat in the execution chamber. He had been convicted of a brutal murder. He was ready to face death, but death wasn't ready for him. For nearly 2 hours, the team tried to find a vein. They jabbed his arms, his legs, his feet, 18 times. Broom flinched in pain. He cried. He even tried to guide them to a good vein. One staff member left in tears. Witnesses sat in stunned silence. Eventually, the governor called it off. Romell was sent back to his cell, alive. Then came the twist. The state wanted to try again. His lawyers fought back. They argued, wasn't surviving your own execution punishment enough? Courts debated as the world watched. But the second execution never happened. Romell Broom died in prison in 2020 from natural causes. He became the first man in modern American history to survive his own execution. In Mexico, 1915, a young rebel named Wenceslao Moguel was sentenced to death by firing squad. At sunrise, soldiers raised their rifles and fired. 9 bullets tore through his body, then a 10th to his face. Point blank. They left him for dead. Hours later, villagers came to collect the body, but they heard something. Breathing. Wenceslao was alive. He was rushed to a nearby church, secretly cared for. He survived all 10 bullets, including the one to his face. His jaw was shattered, his body torn, but he lived. He told his story years later on the show. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Scars across his chest and face proved it. He lived to be over 80 years old. England, 1885. John Lee, a butler, was convicted of murdering his employer. He was sentenced to hang. On the day of the execution, he stood on the gallows. The trapdoor opened, or at least it was supposed to. But nothing happened. They tried to reset it and tried again, but nothing happened. They tried 3 times. 3 times. It failed. The mechanism worked perfectly during testing. But with John standing on it, it wouldn't budge. Officials were stunned. The crowd murmured, "It's a sign." John's sentence was commuted to life. He was later released. He lived a quiet life, writing his story in memoirs. He always said he was innocent. For men, for executions, for unbelievable outcomes. Was it failure or fate? What happens when death refuses to play its part in an execution? Should the system try again? Or is surviving once enough? These stories aren't just about death. They're about resilience, chaos, and the strange mystery of life itself. If you like this video, share it, subscribe, and remember, sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that didn't end when they were supposed to.